What's your advice for Nigeria concerning the elections and the tribunal and all that? What's your advice for Nigeria?
Well, my advice right now is that we want peace and want the nation to move forward. And I was a little bit involved because Tinubu came to see me personally in my office, spent 2 hours with me to explain why he did not choose a Muslim, a Christian as his vice. And he said there was no reason he cannot Islamize Nigeria, because if he has not Islamized his own family, the wife is a Christian for 30 something years they have been together. How can he Islamize Nigeria? Some of the children go to church and the wife. He spoke of the thing, but he knows that he had a target of what he will do when he comes, and all the things to change the insecurity and all of the things that were going on. So when I looked at his appointments of the service chiefs, for the first time in 8 years, we had a kind of balance, in the appointments. And to be honest, they are working hard round the clock. I happen to be close to the CDS, and I know that they are doing quite a lot of violence from my area, So I think they may be given a chance. You see, people talk about so many things about Tinubu. Maybe the only person among them that I might say could be better in terms of integrity and not pro. This maybe Obi.
Peter Obi.
Peter Obi. Okay, but as that may be, I believe that Nigeria is too complicated. The systems in Nigeria, and with what was happening, I don't think at that time Peter Obi would have won the election with the kind of people that were in, because everybody is corrupt in this country. People are looking for what to take. So, but when I spoke to this man, I knew that man has the audacity to dare some things in this country and change them and clear the way for the next political, either will be or whoever, among the young people to come up. So what I would advise is probably let's allow this 4 years and let's give them the backing. These court cases, who are there, the judges and all of that. So how are we sure we're going to have it? The Supreme Court nullified it. And do you know how much money that was vested for this election? In billions. And you're not going to say you're going to start another election again all over again. And if we say, okay, the election is coming, who will be the hand over to? Is it Atiku or Obi? Because all of them, everybody is claiming he won. So he's going to be investing a lot of money for another election. And how are we sure we're not going to end up at the same place where we are? Because we're still dealing with Nigerians. So my own take was this. God said to Cyrus, he said, you do not know me, but I've anointed you to fulfill my purpose. I have a task for you. And I believe strongly that God brought this man. He may not be the best, righteous and all of that, but I believe that God brought this Baba, who has more years of experience. Politically, he has more years of experience. He has been wanting to be in that office for 20-something years. The man is ready and he knows what to do. So if we can give him a chance, I believe that he will clear the mess. If you know how much money they have been retrieving secretly, the trillions they have recovered. I mean, we had what Emefiele said, 500 billion was given to a humanitarian every month. So they enriched themselves.
To a minister.
The former government of
humanitarian affairs.
The humanitarian affairs. Yes, she was collecting 500 billion every month. Where is that money? And all of that. So I think
if she's collecting that money, that means it's unbudgeted for 500 billion. Is no
500 billion. It was good to serve, all over the country, take care of the poor. But I don't know how many people got any of that. So I think my own advice would be 4 years. This 4 years is almost gone. Let's give the man the chance. Let's prove him. Since he said he's ready and he has come. He has taken the job. Let's see what he can do. Because you see, and one thing you cannot take from Tinubu, he has built bridges across the country. Most of the people he's bringing to work with him, and some of them work with him as commissioners in Lagos. Some of them did this. He raised them up. I usually tell you I cannot see who Obi raised up in 8 years and Anambra. Who is his political stooge, that he raised up. So we have to look at
Would that not be a problem? Because what you just mentioned now just reminds me of godfatherism.
Yeah.
Would that not be a problem? The fact that he raised stooges that he can make to dance to his tune. Would that not be a problem for Nigeria? Considering that we're trying to go away from
godfatherism. I can't understand what you are saying. But it's just like mentorship. Just like to say, why do you have to have mentors in the church? Why do you have to have spiritual fathers? cut off now and be on your own. You don't need any father. After all, you have the Holy Spirit. But the gray hair is not bought in the market, and they still have their place. If it is for the manipulation, what is these people that he have brought? Some of the best brains he raised up. It was him that raised Osinbajo, who became vice president for 8 years. What's the name? Fashola. All his products and all of this. And they have served the nation in their own capacity. Okay? It's not when you try to control them and not allow things to work that it becomes wrong. But as long as you have been able to expose them, train them, and bring them up in order for them to serve their nation, that's wonderful. I believe that is okay.
Okay. Is he clearing the mess now? So far, within this.
So far, I think he's doing his best. He may not have. I mean, how many months now? And I think we need to give it time. Like what they described, it's like a woman going through labor. 9 months she's been pregnant, and then the day of labor is like the pain of labor. That's what we're going through now. Fuel, diesel, all of that. It's the pain of the labor for the new Nigeria, because Nigeria has been so messed up. And it's not just the last 8 days, the last 60, all the people that are crying, what they do better? Where is the money that Obasanjo invested in electricity? Billions. And yet nothing came out of it. So I think we will pray, and God always, don't forget, God gives people a leader based on who the people are. Now let's change. And it has to start with us, every one of us. Yes. We are shouting, government, Tinubu. Go to the traffic light here. See how many Okadas driving headlong with you at night. Sometimes I get angry. I say, just tell my driver, just stop. Let them come and hit you. Let me see who will lose. Because we just behave as if we don't think.
This fuel subsidy thing, sir. Sorry. This one now. Concerning clearing the mess, like you said, I would love him to clear the mess. As far as I'm concerned, it's not so much about whether it is Obi or Atiku or Tinubu. It's not so much about that. It's so much about a Nigeria that works for everybody. Now, Buhari told us 2020, 2021, 2022, first half of 2023, that he paid 2.2 trillion, 3 trillion, 4.2 trillion, 3 trillion for fuel subsidy. That's what he told us. And then after he left, the group CEO of NNPCL, Mele Kyari, came on national TV, Arise TV, and said that he has not received any fuel subsidy payment from the same Buhari administration since 2020, right? Then the House of Representatives had a committee. They invited the oil marketers to query them about how did the fuel subsidy payment go. And the oil marketers said they did not receive any payment for fuel subsidy. So if they say subsidy was taking all of our money to the extent that they were borrowing to pay subsidy, in fact, borrowing to pay interest on monies they used to pay subsidy, and you say that Tinubu is clearing the mess, should it be that it is increase in the pump price of petrol that will be clearing the mess, or opening, unraveling who took the money? If Buhari said he paid 12 trillion in 3 years, NNPC said they did not receive money, oil marketers said they did not receive money. So who took the oil money? Should that not be what Tinubu should be looking at to unravel?
Very, very important. They should find out who took the money.
Exactly.
They said there was no foreign subsidy. Even this Buhari, they said there was no foreign subsidy.
Yes. There's a scam. It's a fraud.
Yeah. All of a sudden, again, we had it was foreign subsidy. So let them find out who was eating that money called fuel subsidy. To me, if it helps the poor man to buy fuel cheaper, and because the suffering is getting too much, I keep saying it, we must sort out this problem. So I think one of the things that this new administration should do is find out who stole the fuel subsidy money, bring it out, put it in the open space, for the polity, for the sufferings of the masses to reduce in this country. If you find out that it's in the hands of some people, get it collected from them. Nigeria must move forward. I'm told they're doing a lot of things secretly. They have collected, so the last time I heard, they've collected like 8 trillion, from people, go after Malemi, go after the humanitarian, former minister, Malemi, the former justice minister.
Wadiza, the former humanitarian affairs minister.
Then go after Sirika of aviation, who deceive us with one Nigerian aircraft of Ethiopia and call Nigerian Air. Where is it today? So those people bring out the money, get them copied out, or send them to jail.